Hey guys, Buzzy B here. Welcome back to the channel, guys. So this week we're doing some green screen removal. So I'm sure you guys are looking forward to that, and I'm sure many of you will, in your filmmaking career, you will at some point you will find yourself working with green screen footage. So I'm sure you'll find this very helpful when it comes to editing out that green screen, guys. So I'm doing this in Adobe Premiere. Also, guys, I don't know if you guys have seen the last two videos. We've 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 spoke about effects, doing different effects. We've done the ghost effect and we've done the crop effect. So if you haven't seen those videos, guys, please do go check it out in the channel. Or what I'll do is I'll just put some links in the description below. All right, guys, we're gonna get right into this. Let's go. All right, so I've got a clip here, guys. Green screen clip. As you can see, we've got an artist. I think he's a rapper or a singer. I'm not 100% sure, but the reason why I've selected this clip, guys, is basically, as you can see, everything, the green screen itself is lit nicely. The footage looks nice. It's already color graded, and it has no copyright. So I got this from a filmmaker from the USA. His name is Jacob Owens. And the nice thing about this clip, why I am so excited to work on this clip, is basically it's red raw footage. Now, how often do you get the opportunity to work on red raw footage? So I'm really excited to work on this clip, but I just want to show you a couple of things. This clip is only 30 seconds in length, right? And if I go to my sequence over here, you will see the frame size is massive. Other thing, obviously, that I just want to make you guys aware of is, like I said, this is a red raw footage. So, obviously you'll find that the clips are massive. And even this 30-second clip in file size, this is 4 gigabytes in size, guys. It is crazy. So the detail and everything, the resolution is pretty high standard, Alright, so those are some of the reasons why I've selected this clip. Would have been nice, if it was ungraded footage. I would have loved to play around with the footage itself to, to do some color correction and color grading, but we'll get into those kind of tutorials at a later stage. And I'm also gonna do some tutorials where, if you're going to be dealing with green screen footage, I'll show you guys exactly how to light your green screen. In this case, this is a wall. So it's a wall that has been painted green. So, those are the options that you can use. You can either use, if you want to use paint, if you want to use fabric, it's totally up to you. But, we'll get more into detail on those kind of options in a later tutorial. All right. So, obviously, what you want to do first thing is make sure you select your clip. In this case, I've just muted the audio so we don't get distracted by any of that. Alright, so I've selected my clip. I'll go on to my effects. Right, so I'm going to click on effects over here. So now that we are in the effects tab, I'll just type in ultra key, or you can just type in ultra and you'll see it'll automatically pop up. It is under keying. So that's your effect that you want to use on your clip. So you're going to drag this onto your clip, right? And you're going to go to your effect controls, as you can see here. If I scroll down, there you find your ultra key. Alright, so first thing that you want to do, first thing that I normally do is, so I'm just showing you my method, guys. Obviously, I'm sure there's a lot of people that does this differently, but this is what works for me, because I'm dealing with green screen footage on a weekly basis, so I've really learned how to really, deal with it in a manner that really works best for me. So what I normally would like to do is, I'm going to find place somewhere in the clip where his face or his skin is more visible on the green screen, maybe something like that. Alright, yeah. So what I'm gonna do is I select this eyedropper, right? So I'll click on it, and then at some point just close to his skin, I will then press my left button on my mouse. Obviously what you wanna achieve is you want your background to be as black as possible. So in this case, after selecting that, I could see that, yeah, most of the parts are black, but then you would still find, somewhere you still find there's a green spillage or something that comes through. So obviously with this ultra key effect, those are the things that you're gonna take out afterwards. I'm just gonna scroll through and just check. You're gonna have to play around with it, guys. I mean, if you can get it black, what I'll do is I'll just click that again and then click that again. Let's just try and see, maybe close to the hand. No, I don't like it like that. I would say the best would work close to the face. Alright, let's work with that. So what you want to do is change your output from composite to alpha channel. Alright, so this is the thing about green screen. Obviously your talent, you want your talent to be as white as possible, and you want your background to be as black as possible. Alright, so you've changed your output to alpha channel, and you're going to change your setting from default to aggressive. Alright, but now you see there's still some white spillage in your blacks, and those are the things that you want to get rid of. But by getting rid of that, obviously you are going to affect the white. Alright, but I'll show you how to deal with it. So I'm just going to scroll down a bit. So now we want to get rid of this part. Alright, so I'll go to my matte generation. So I'll just click on that drop menu. First thing I do normally is I play around with my pedestal. So I would normally take my pedestal up to 100. You'll see it already takes away some of those whites. So obviously if you're going to move the opposite side, you're going to increase more whites. So I'm taking it all the way to 100. So it has already taken, out some of those white, but not completely. And then the second thing I would do is my highlights. I would bring it down to 0. Okay. Then you go to your shadows. And now you must also be careful with the shadows, because now I'm going to show you, if I increase the shadows, you are increasing the white. So obviously that means that you have to go the opposite way. So I'm going to decrease. So let's say 45. But now as you noticed in my whites, that's some transparency that has come through on the whites itself. But I'm just gonna scroll through and see if, yeah, you see, if I scroll, you see still some whites over there. So I'm just gonna decrease my shadows more, around about there. I'm just gonna scroll through it again just to check if I see any white parts in the black. Nada. So we sorted. But obviously now if we look at the white, the talent itself, there's a lot of transparency happening there. So now you go to your transparency, and I want to show you also when I increase this, and that is not what we want. But remember what I said, we want your talent to be as pure white as possible. As possible. Emphasis. Alright, so I'm going to decrease it. Make sure, guys, that you don't decrease it too much, otherwise you will end up with something like this, and you don't want that, you understand? So what I'll just do is I'll come from this side and I'm gonna now try and get the white out of the black. And once the white is out of the black, yeah, I would say that it looks proper. Obviously you'll still find some transparency in the white, but I will show you guys how to work with that. So I think for now I'm happy with that. All right. Okay, so now you have to change your output back to composite. All right, so there's your talent, right? But now if I look at this footage, I can clearly see that on the edges of his face there is a green spill, right? So obviously you do not want that in your final video. All right, so I'm just gonna enlarge this a little bit so you guys can see clearer. So you'll see a slightly green tint, green spill, so we want to get rid of that. So I'll show you exactly how to do that. I'm just going to scroll down here, and now I'll go to my spill suppression. Okay, so I'm going to open that. Now the thing here that you have to look out for is if it's on the skin, right? I would suggest you work with your range. If it's on your clothes, I would suggest you work with the spill, right? So now in this case we don't see any spill on the clothes, it's only in the face. Alright, so I'm gonna work with my range. I'm just gonna increase, but be very, very careful guys that you don't increase too much. I'll show you exactly what happens if you increase or you add too much. Alright, so you're gonna change the skin totally. You understand? I mean, obviously those are not the skin tones that you want. Those are not natural skin tones. You need to get it to a more best natural look as possible. So I'm just gonna go down. Okay, let's go from 50. Let's go upwards. Let's say 60. Let's say 63. Right. Looks quite natural. No heavy skin tone changes, I would say. But now, for me to make 100% sure that the skin tone is perfect, I need to do something else. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to mask out a section of his skin, right? And then we're going to check if his skin tones are proper. So you're going to scroll up on your effect controls, you go to your opacity, right? And then you're going to select this tool over here, click on it, and then you're going to draw, you're going to mask basically a piece of his skin out. So I'm just going to do it like that. So now only we only see a piece of his skin, right? So I'm going to go to my color tab, and I'm just going to drag this over a little bit over here. And I'm going to go to my Lumetri scopes over here, click on it. And what you want to focus on, guys, is specifically if you check, I'm just going to enlarge this a little bit more, sorry about that. You need to make sure that you see that line in the middle, that is your skin tone indicator, right? So you need to make sure that whatever's happening here is on that line or as close as possible to that line. Not, I would suggest not on the other side, more towards the reds, because remember with skin tones we deal with reds, right? So to me actually this looks quite okay. I want to make an example, because now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to our effect controls, and I'm going to maybe increase the range over here, and I want you to see what's going to happen over there. So I'm just going to increase it. Maybe I'll make it 70. Okay, and I'm just gonna delete the mask. Let's just check that again. The range, let's say I made a mistake and I put the range. You can see now I think 74 is too much. All right, so in this case 63 was proper, right? But now I'm increasing because I want to show you guys exactly how to deal with the skin tones if it is that you maybe added too much range or whatever the case may be. So let's work on 74, right? So now again we're just gonna mask out a piece of the skin, selection of the skin. I'm just gonna do that because now if I look at, after I've done my mask, if I look at the lumetri scopes over here, you will now see that this has totally shifted. You understand? So it's further away from the line in the middle, which is your skin indicator line. So to bring that back to the middle line, this is how you're going to do it. So remember I said we're in the color tab. Alright, so let me just, in the color tab, and then obviously we go to your curves. Go to your curves, scroll down, and you'll find U versus saturation and U versus U. So I'm just gonna let me just do this, guys. So what you want to do is you go to your U versus U, right? So you click on this eyedropper, click in the middle or the section where your skin is masked out, click on it, and you'll see on this line there's 3 dots that appear, right? So we're gonna work with the middle one. But now what I want to do is I just want to enlarge this a little bit so you guys can see what happens to the vector scope. This is what we call a vector scope. So I need to bring this right more to the middle line. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drag this one, I'm gonna drag down, and I want you to look closely what happens to the vector scope. Right, I'm dragging this down ever so slightly. That's a little bit too much because now we going towards yellow, so I'm just gonna bring it up a little bit, go down a little bit. I would say roundabout there seems to be perfect. So now you can see that this is on that skin indicator line. All right, but how has that affect our talent skin? So obviously I'm gonna go back to my effect controls, and now I'm gonna have to delete the mask, right? So I'm just gonna click on the mask and I'm just gonna say cut. All right, so that looks okay, but now it still looks like it's a bit now too, I don't know, orange yellowish. So what I would do is I would just go back to my range, and I will dial that down a little bit. I will dial that down a little bit, maybe around, just dial it back. Let me just see, maybe somewhere, maybe 65 or so. And if you want to double check now, obviously, unfortunately guys, you're gonna have to just mask it out again to make 100% sure that your skin tones are proper. It's just one of those things you have to do. The metric scopes, let me just open this up a little bit, and you can see that, you know, it's still on that line. All right, so I'm quite happy with that. So I'm just gonna delete the mask, cut, and then as you can see, that looks pretty damn good to me. All right, so now that you've removed your green screen, all right, so I just scroll through this and make sure, let me just put this back on fit. make sure that we've actually, as you can see, there's some transparency, but I'll show you guys exactly now how to deal with that. So now obviously, now that your green screen is removed, you can basically put in any background that you guys would like to put in. So I've selected something here, I just want to show you. But now obviously what you need to do is whatever you put under at the back, that footage or clip, in this case this is a a JPEG, it's not a video. So like I said, you can put a JPEG, you can put a video, it doesn't really matter. This has to go underneath your clip. So I'm just gonna drag this up. Okay, I'm gonna put this underneath. Let's just do that, and let me just drag it out. So now the reason it shows like this, guys, is because this JPEG, this resolution of this JPEG is 1920 by 1080, so it's a HD resolution, and your clip obviously is massive. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just change my sequence settings, and I'll change it to 1080, right? I'll change it to 1080. I'll just press OK, and then I'm just gonna scale it down a bit so it fits in. Let me just scale it down, and you'll see scale it down to somewhere, let's say 25 to 25. Alright, so if I move this, alright. But now obviously what you can see is that if you check closely in the background, if I scroll, you see there's some white that's coming through. So what I'll do is, you must be very careful for that. Just go to your clip again, scroll down, go to your Ultra key, especially to your transparency, and I would say let's just take that out over there. Let's do this. The transparency maybe just increase a little bit. Let's make it 25. So you need to be very careful when you deal with green screen, guys, because whenever you put something underneath, you need to check, that there's no defects that comes through at the back. Okay, so if I scroll now through it, I can see there's nothing happening at the back, right? Now let's just do this. I just want to show you guys something. See what happens over here. Those are transparency issues that I was talking about, I was referring to. So how do you get rid of those? As long as your background is super, now you can play around with it. So now what I'll do is, and I want you to look closely what happens. I'm gonna leave it on that. You see how it looks like. I'm just gonna drag this up a little bit. So now what I'll do is I'll duplicate the footage, the original green screen footage. I will duplicate, and I want you to look closely to what happens to those transparency issues that we have over there. So I'm just gonna press Alt, obviously, in your left, and keep in your left button of your mouse, and you drag it up. Alright, I would say maybe one more time. So now I want you to check those issues are more or less gone. Maybe I'll just drag it up one more time. Yeah, like that. Let's see. it looks super nice to me. I don't know what you guys think. Yeah, that looks nice to me, guys. Just gonna play through one more time for you guys to check. So far so good. I don't see anything happening at the back. I don't see anything happening in front. I am happy with this, guys, and I hope you guys agree. I am happy with this. So yeah, guys, that's how you remove green screen. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. What you can do is, guys, go and practice this. Download, some green screen footage, or make your own, create your own green screen footage. You understand? Like I said, we will go more into detail in terms of how to set up green screen and how to light green screen, etc., in a different tutorial. So please, guys, subscribe to this channel. Hit that notification bell to receive more updates on upcoming videos. Give us a thumbs up if you like, and please share this video to as many friends as possible. Like I said, once again, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I totally love what I do, very passionate about it. I'll see you guys next week. I don't know what we will be focusing on, but hopefully you guys can guide me in the comments below. But please stay tuned for the next tutorial, guys. See you guys next week. I'm out.